The theme of my talk is Eat Well, Enjoy Life, Lose Weight. Health is influenced by habits. I will deliberate on some key habits of the people who maintain a healthy weight and stay healthy, and the habits of those who do not. Nutrition is the science of food and its relationship to health. It includes all the processes involved in the taking in and utilization of food substances by which body growth, development, repair, and maintenance of activities in the body as a whole or in any of its parts are accomplished. The processes are ingestion, digestion, absorption, and utilization. Nutrition plays an important role in the promotion and maintenance of health and prevention of disease. Malnutrition predisposes to infection. Overnutrition, a form of the malnutrition, causes obesity, diabetes mellitus, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, renal diseases, and disorders of the liver and gallbladder. On the other hand, undernutrition is the condition resulting from insufficient intake of food from any cause over an extended period of time. It is characterized by loss of weight, atrophy of muscles, weakness, and edema. Classification of food. Classification by origin. Number 1, foods of animal origin like milk, eggs, fish, meat, etc. Number 2, foods of vegetable origin. Examples: vegetables such as soya bean, cereals, pulses, dry fruit, etc. Classification of foods by chemical composition. Proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals. Classification of foods by prominent function. Number 1, bodybuilding foods. For example, milk, eggs, poultry, fish, meat, pulses, and dry fruit. 2, energy-giving foods. For example, cereals, sugar, roots, and tubers like vegetables, fats like ghee and oils. 3, protective foods. For example, vegetables, fruit, and milk. Classification of foods by nutritive value include cereals and millets, pulses, vegetables, nuts and oil seeds, fruits, animal foods, fats and oils, sugar, condiments and spices, and miscellaneous foods. Nutrients are the chemical substances required for repair of the body tissue, growth and development, and proper functioning of the body and maintenance of life. There are two main groups. One is macronutrients, which include proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, which are taken in large quantities and form the main bulk of food. Micronutrients include vitamins and minerals. Fats are also macronutrients essential for the human body. They provide the body maximum energy, 9 kilocalories per gram of fat, and perform various functions. Fats on hydrolysis yield glycerol and fatty acids. That is, glycerol and fatty acids are the end products of fat digestion. Fatty acids and glycerol are formed in the small intestine as a result of fat digestion, which are absorbed through the lentils or lymphatic vessels present in the intestinal wall into the lymph and then ultimately are carried into the bloodstream. Essential fatty acids are those that cannot be synthesized by the human body and are essential for maintaining health. They can be derived only from food. These are present in the vegetable oils in large quantities than animal fats. Fatty acids are divided into two groups: saturated fatty acid and unsaturated fatty acid. The third major component of food is carbohydrate, which is the main source of energy, providing 4 kilocalories per gram of carbohydrate. It is also essential for the oxidation of fats and for the synthesis of certain non-essential amino acids. Carbohydrates are compounds which contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbohydrates are classified as number 1, monosaccharides like glucose, fructose, galactose. Number 2, disaccharides like sucrose, which we also call cane sugar, lactose, and maltose. Number 3, polysaccharides. Polysaccharides like starch, glycogen, cellulose, and pectin. Micronutrients like vitamins. A vitamin belongs to a group of organic compounds found in many foods which are essential in very small quantities for the normal function and maintenance of good health of the body. Though they do not yield energy nor they build the body. They fall in the category of micronutrients. Vitamins are of 6 types, like vitamin A, B, C, D, E, and K. Each vitamin has a specific function to perform, and deficiency of any particular vitamin may lead to specific deficiency diseases. Vitamins are divided into two groups. 1, fat-soluble vitamins like vitamin A, D, E, and K. 2, water-soluble vitamins, vitamin B and C. Minerals are inorganic, homogeneous, solid substances obtained from the earth. They are also found in the human body and are taken with the food in the form of mineral salts in much smaller quantities than the macronutrients or energy-producing food factors, and belong to the group of micronutrients along with the vitamins. These are required for growth, repair, and regulation of all the vital functions of the body. These essential minerals are divided into two groups. A, major minerals include calcium, phosphorus, sodium, chlorine, potassium, magnesium, sulfur, and strontium. B, minor minerals or trace elements. These are required in very small quantities, not exceeding a few milligrams per day. The minor minerals or trace elements take part in enzymatic metabolism reactions in the body. Minor minerals include iron, iodine, copper, fluorine, manganese, zinc, cobalt, and selenium. Water is more important to life than food, since many may live without food for several weeks, but for only a few days without water. The body's need for water is second only to that of oxygen. Water is a clear, tasteless and odorless fluid composed of two parts of hydrogen and one part of oxygen in chemical composition. Hence, its chemical symbol is H2O. While planning for the balanced diet, it is important to know the availability of the foodstuffs, their chemical composition, predominant function, and how to combine them to increase the nutritive value of the food. Since each foodstuff has a different nutritive value, an intake of different types of foodstuffs in combination is useful to achieve a good health. The foodstuffs are classified on the basis of their nutritive value into the following groups. 1. Cereals, which includes wheat, rice, maize. 2. Millets, which includes jowar, bajra, ragi. Number 3. Pulses. Number 4. Vegetables, which includes green leafy vegetables, root vegetables, tubers, and other vegetables. 5 is nuts. 6 is oil seeds. 7. Fruits. 8. Animal foods. 9. Fats and oils. 10. Sugar and jaggery. 11. Soup. 12. Salad. 13. Condiments and spices. Then miscellaneous substances like coffee, tea, and cocoa. Also soft drinks, alcoholic beverages, vinegar. Balanced diet is a diet which contains different types of food in such quantities and proportion that the requirements for proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals and other nutrients are in proper quantity for maintaining the health, vitality and general well-being. A balanced diet is a safeguard of the population from nutritional deficiencies. The quantities of food required vary with the age, sex, climatic conditions, and physical activity. The energy producing macronutrients, which is proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, are to be supplied in the diet in the following proportions suggested by National Institute of Nutrition. This includes carbohydrates, 60 to 70% of the total energy calories, proteins 15 to 20% of the total, and fats or oils 20 to 25%. According to the recommendations of the ICMR, the reference man of India should have a body weight of 60 kgs and the reference woman of India should have a body weight of 50 kgs. The recommended calories for such a man are 24,000 kilocalories, and for moderate to the recommended calories for such a man are 2,425 kilocalories for sedentary work, 2,875 kilocalories for moderate physical activity, and 3,800 kilocalories for heavy physical activity. The recommended calories for such a woman are 1,875 kilocalories for sedentary work, 2,275 kilocalories for moderate physical activity, and 2,925 kilocalories for heavy physical activity. For a healthy lifestyle, one must have 5 good habits, which include: number 1, eat a healthy breakfast. Number 2, eat vegetables and fruits. Number 3, eat whole grains. Number 4, eat healthy fats. And number 5, move. That's physical activity. One must have another 5 habits which should be avoided. Number 1, no TV while eating, no sugar, no snacks, only moderate meat and dairy, no eating at restaurant. Bonus habits include keep diet records, keep exercise activity records, move more, eat real food, write your daily goals. Eat a healthy breakfast. Have a breakfast every morning. You don't need to eat a lot, just something to get you off to a good start. Research shows that people who eat a healthy breakfast manage their weight better than do people who do not eat breakfast. Breakfast is associated with improved performance at workplace or school, and it helps prevent you from becoming ravenous later in the day. Keep it whole. The whole grains such as oatmeal, whole grain, cold cereal, whole grain toast. Include some color, make it filling, plan ahead. If time is an issue, place a box of cereal, a bowl and a spoon on the table and even before. Choose wisely, mix it up. You can bring it with. If you don't like traditional breakfast foods, eat something healthy that you do like. For example, fix yourself a sandwich made with lean meat, low-fat cheese, vegetables, and whole grain bread. Eat at least 4 servings of vegetables and 3 servings of fruits every day. Fresh vegetables and fruits are the foundation of a healthy diet and successful weight loss. Most processed foods, sweets, and non-diet sodas contain a lot of calories in just a small portion. Vegetables and fruits are the opposite. They have a lot of bulk and few calories. You can eat a lot, consume fewer calories, and feel full at the end of your meal. Eat whole grain breads and pastas, brown rice, oatmeal, and other whole grain products instead of white, refined, and highly processed foods. Whole grains include the entire grain, kernel, which is packed with essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber that are part of a healthy diet. Whole grains help you feel full by adding fiber and bulk, and they help reduce your risk of becoming overweight. When consuming fat, make healthy choices. Olive oil, vegetable oil, avocados, nuts, and nut butters, and the oils that come from nuts. These fats are the most heart healthy. But do not forget that all fats contain about the same number of calories. So even healthier fats need to be consumed sparingly as a part of healthy diet. Don't watch TV while eating or flipping it around. No eating while watching TV. The same applies for any screen time, such as cell phone and computer use. And spend only as much time watching TV as you do exercising. Studies show that too much screen time contributes to increased health risks and increased weight. You aren't moving, and there is also a good chance that you are sipping or nibbling or something on something. You are sipping or nibbling on something. If you establish the rule of no TV or screen time while eating and only as much time watching TV as time you spend exercising, you are breaking one bad habit, mindless nibbling, while developing a good one, being more active. If you want something sweet, eat fresh fruit, otherwise, no sugar from common sources. Candy, table sugar, brown sugar, honey, jam, jelly, desserts, sweets, and foods that contain more than a tiny amount of sugar or high fructose corn syrup, such as soda and some coffee drinks. There are four key reasons why you should avoid sugar. One, it contains calories. Two, it has no nutritional value. Three, if you are eating sugar, you are not eating something else that's healthier. Number four, sugar has direct negative health effects such as tooth decay and an increase in blood sugar, that's glucose, associated with diabetes. If you want snack between meals, make it only vegetables or fruits and nothing else. Common snacks typically have a lot of calories and little nutritional value. However, vegetables and fruits are just the opposite. They can fill you up without contributing many calories to your daily total, and they are loaded with many healthy nutrients. Snacking on vegetables and fruits a couple of times a day, a couple of times a day can help you manage your weight, while snacking on most conventional commercial snacks can pack on pounds. Limit your total daily consumption of meat, poultry, and fish to that, about 3 ounces of meat. In addition, if you consume dairy products, use only skim milk and low-fat products and consume them in moderation. All meat, even lean cuts and skinless poultry, have some saturated fat and cholesterol and can be high in calories. Plus, red meat and processed meats are associated with increased cancer risks. Full-fat dairy products also contain saturated fat and raise cholesterol. Alternatives that are lower in fat and calories are available for both meat and full-fat dairy products. Eat real food, mostly fresh and healthy frozen or canned food. Eat only foods that are in its natural state or is slightly processed. That is real food. Limit or avoid more processed foods such as many canned and most boxed and convenience foods. Food is processed to make it safe, available, and convenient to use, but the processing may add unwanted fat, sugar, calories, and salt. Real food is loaded with vitamins, minerals, fiber, antioxidants, and other nutrients. Fast food is often filled with empty calories. Not everything that is processed is bad, but it is up to you to make the healthiest choices. Real food is often grown more locally and does not have as much packaging. One of the key goals of losing weight is to create a mental reset so that you are no longer tied to your old ways of thinking about eating and moving. Your job now is to start thinking in terms of a lifelong approach. This new way of eating and moving is something you keep for life. And because it is based on a number of general principles, there are endless ways of staying with it without getting bored or overwhelmed. Make sense of servings. Estimating your servings at meals is a great way to control the calories you consume. Unfortunately, the eye can be deceiving. Most people habitually and unintentionally underestimate the number of servings they eat. This means they consume more calories than they think they are getting, and they can't understand why they are gaining weight. Keep portions in check. For some people, eating smaller portions, except for vegetables and fruits, can be a challenge, especially at first. After a while, most people get used to their new portion sizes, and they find themselves satisfied eating less. Some of the tips include: number one, eat slowly. When you eat too fast, your brain does not get the signal that you are full until it is too late and you have already overeaten. Number two, see what you eat. Don't eat directly from a container. Seeing food on a plate or in a bowl gives you a better sense of portion size. Number three, focus on your food. Watching television, reading, or working while you eat distracts you. Before you know it, you have eaten more than you want to. Focus on what you are eating. Number four, serve smaller amounts. Take slightly less than what you think you will eat. Using a smaller plate or bowl makes less food seem like more. Number five, don't feel obligated to clean your plate. Stop eating as soon as you feel satisfied. Those extra bites of food that you are trying not to waste and unneeded calories. Better yet, take smaller portions to begin with so you don't waste food. Meal planning is an important ingredient of a successful eating program, but the idea of planning and preparing meals scares many people. They worry it will take too much time and they are short on time already. They fear it will require significant cooking skills, and cooking is not their fault. Eating healthy does not have to be complicated or time consuming, but it is important that you follow four basic rules. Number one, have a general idea of what you would like to eat during the week ahead so that you have the right foods on hand. Number two, keep your serving targets in mind as you plan your meals. Picture the base of the pyramid: fruits and vegetables. How can you eat more of these each day? Don't forget portion control. Know which foods you can eat more of and which you will need to limit. Number four, plan ways to use leftovers or healthy pre-packaged foods to build a meal when time is tight. Expand your activity plan. If you only cut calories to lose weight without increasing your physical activity, you lose muscle. Muscle loss makes it harder to keep weight off because muscle tissue burns calories even at rest. The fastest and the most lasting way to lose weight is to alter both parts of the equation. That is, decrease calories in eating and increase calories out. That's physical activity. Studies, research studies have found that people who lose more than 30 pounds and keep it off for 5 years exercise an hour each day. That may seem like a lot, but it is achievable, and it is why our ancestors were thinner. Research also indicates that daily exercise can be hard to maintain. One study of women motivated to lose weight found that 2 years later only 25% were still exercising an hour a day, and they were the only ones who kept their weight off. Key components of a physical activity program are to reduce the time you sit, 2. Get more fit, 3. Keep at it. Track your progress. Research has shown that individuals who track their efforts are more successful in reaching their health goals than are those who do not track. It doesn't matter the tool you use to keep records. Tracking can take any shape you desire, and it will keep you it can help you be mindful of what you are doing to improve your diet and physical activity habits. Tracking is a valuable tool in your weight loss toolbox. Use it. What is a healthy weight? Simply put, a healthy weight means you have the right amount of body fat in relation to your overall body mass. It is a weight that allows you to feel energetic, reduces your health risks, helps prevent premature aging, such as worn out joints from carrying around too much weight, and improves your quality of life. The most accurate way to determine how much fat you are carrying is to have a body fat analysis. This requires a professional using a reliable method of estimation, such as weighing a person underwater or using an X-ray procedure called dual energy X-ray absorptiometry. Dual energy X-ray absorptiometry. Either method can be expensive and fairly complicated. A procedure called bioelectric impedance analysis is more widely available, but its accuracy can vary. The most common method to determine if your weight is healthy is by using the National Institute of Health threefold approach. Number one, your body mass index, BMI. Number two, the circumference. Number two, the circumference of your waist. Circumference of your waist. Number three, your personal medical history. To determine your BMI, use this formula. Multiply your height in inches by your height in inches. Divide your weight in pounds by the results of the first step. Multiply that answer by 703. For example, a 270-pound person, 68 inches tall, has a BMI of 41. If your BMI is less than 18.5, talk with your doctor. You may be at risk of health conditions associated with a low body weight. A BMI of 18.5 to 24.9 is considered a healthy range. However, Asians with BMI of 23 or more may have an increased risk of health problems. Why are you overweight? The simple answer to why anyone is overweight is that they are consuming more calories than they are burning through physical activity. It is a basic mathematical equation in which a number of factors can play a role. Number one, lifestyle factors. Eating high-calorie foods, eating large portions, working sedentary jobs, not exercising, and use of labor-saving devices can all pack on the pounds. Number 2, genetic factors. Number 3, psychological factors. Other factors include age, stopping smoking, pregnancy, medication, and illness. All living things need energy to grow and develop, to function properly, and in short, to survive. Your body has a constant demand for energy. You replenish energy with the food you eat. Weight is all about the balance between energy added through diet and energy burned through activity. This energy equation is a basic principle of weight control. Food energy is measured in units called calories. It is easy to find lists of foods and the calories they contain. Energy burned in activity is also measured in calories, and there are lists to show you how many calories you can burn by doing certain activities. This knowledge is helpful in assessing your energy balance as you try to achieve or maintain a healthy weight. The food you eat supplies many types of macronutrients, which provide the energy your body needs to function. These macronutrients include carbohydrates, fat. Food is also a source of water, fiber, and other essential substances. Carbohydrates can be simple or complex. Simple carbohydrates are the sugars found in fruits, honey, milk, and milk products. Simple carbohydrates are absorbed quickly for energy. Complex carbohydrates, also known as starches, are found primarily in whole grains, pasta, potatoes, beans, and vegetables. Digestion is required to change complex carbohydrates into simple sugars. Complex carbohydrates contain many vitamins, minerals, as well as fiber. During processing, complex carbohydrates may be refined, removing many important nutrients and their benefits. Fats are a natural component of various foods that come in different forms. The oil is used in cooking. In cooking are forms of fat. Fats are also found in foods of the animal origin such as meat, dairy, poultry, and fish, and in foods such as avocados, nuts, and olives. Fats are a major source of energy. That's calories. When your body digests and absorbs fats, it also absorbs some types of vitamins. Proteins build and repair body structures, produce body chemicals, carry nutrients to your cells, and help regulate body processes. Excess proteins also provide calories. Proteins are composed of basic elements called amino acids. There are two types of amino acids. Those your body can generate, that means non-essential, and those only obtained from the food you eat, that's essential. Many foods contain vitamins such as A, B complex, C, D, E, and K. Vitamins help your body use carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. They also help produce blood cells, hormones, genetic material, and chemicals for the nervous system. Minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and phosphorus are important to the health of your bones and teeth. Sodium, potassium, and chloride, commonly referred to as electrolytes, help regulate the water and chemical balance in your body. Your body needs small amounts of minerals such as iron, iodine, zinc, copper, fluorides, selenium, and manganese, commonly referred to as trace minerals. Fiber is the part of the plant foods. Fiber is the part of plant foods that your body does not absorb. The two main types of fiber are soluble and insoluble, and fiber-rich foods usually contain both. Foods high in soluble fiber include citrus fruits, apples, pears, plums, and prunes, legumes, dried beans and peas, oatmeals and oat bran, and barley. Soluble fiber helps lower blood cholesterol, slow the rise in blood sugar. It slows the rise in blood sugar and adds bulk to stools. Insoluble fiber is found in many vegetables, wheat bran and whole grain breads, pasta and cereals. Insoluble fiber also adds bulk to stool, stimulates the gastrointestinal tract, and helps prevent constipation. Carbohydrates, fats, and proteins are the types of the nutrients that contain calories, and that means they are the main energy sources for your body. The amount of energy each nutrient provides varies. Carbohydrates are the food nutrients that your body uses first. During digestion, they are released into your bloodstream and converted into blood sugar. That's glucose. When there is a demand, the glucose is absorbed immediately into your body cells to provide energy. If there is no immediate demand, glucose can be stored in your liver and muscles. When these storage sites become full, excess glucose is converted into fatty acids and stored in fat tissue for later use. Fats are extremely concentrated forms of energy, and they pack the most calories per ounce. When digested, they are broken down into fatty acids, which are the parts of fat used for energy or for other body processes. If there is an excess of fatty acids, a small quantity can be stored in your liver and muscles, but most of the excess is stored in fat tissue. The amount of fat that can be stored in fat tissue is usually much greater than can be stored in other tissues. Proteins have many responsibilities, including supplying energy for physical activity. This can happen if you consume too few calories, if you eat excess protein, or if you are involved in prolonged physical activity. Any excess calories from protein are converted into fat and stored. Vitamins, minerals, water, and fiber do not contain calories. The everyday decision you make regarding the food you eat and the activity you do, and ultimately the weight you carry, relate to what is called the first law of thermodynamics. This law states that energy must remain constant. It is neither created nor destroyed, but merely transferred or converted into different forms. The calories you eat can either be converted to physical energy or stored within your body, but they cannot magically disappear. All unused calories in your body become fat, regardless of where they come from, unless you use these stored calories, either by reducing calorie intake so that your body must draw on reserves for energy, or by increasing physical activity and the amount of energy you expend. This fat will remain in your body. Foods with a lot of calories packed into each bite are high in energy density. Those with fewer calories in each bite are low in energy density. By eating foods low in energy density, you can eat more food for less calories. Plus, foods low in energy density are more likely to fill you up. If you eat foods that provide a lot of weight and volume, bulk, but not many calories, you can feel full and still lose weight or maintain your weight. Vegetables and fruits are the foundation of the pyramid. You can eat virtually unlimited amounts of fresh and frozen vegetables and fruits because of their beneficial effects on both weight and health. Whole grain carbohydrates, which are healthier than are their refined counterparts, should be eaten in moderate amounts. All foods contain a certain number of calories in a given amount, and the number varies from one type of the food to another. Some foods are high in calories even for a small amount. They are considered high in energy density. These foods include most high-fat foods, simple sugars, alcohol, fast foods, sodas, candies, and processed foods. Other foods do not have many calories, even for a relatively large amount. These foods, such as vegetables and fruits, are low in energy density. Healthy meals can come together in minutes if you have what you need to achieve and maintain a healthy weight. You need to identify unhealthy behaviors and work to change them permanently. That takes commitment. That takes motivation.